Hey guys, it's Tarkin coming at you with another episode of Total Warhammer 3. We're playing as Tamurkhan, and things are going great. Our chieftains are all with us. We've got vassals in the Chaos Dwarves over here, and here Astrogoth and Zatan are both fighting for us, and we are currently bullying on Greasus. Now, when I left the last video, Kazakh the Befouled got injured from the Helmatraska, but then it ended up not. I guess the autosave happened before the intern and it doesn't like save the seed. So, so at least there's that. And we are going to swing up here. No, we'll cut them off. Yeah, we'll go in the proper order. This battle, it won't be automatic. It'll be interesting enough. There's at least something going on here, so we'll have a little time of it. Hey, Luke. Hey, local. You say cheese? Yes, it's going to get real cheesy up in here. But yeah, so Kazakh didn't die. He didn't get wounded. That was just an imaginary thing. We left the helm on him though, because the autosave happens, but I guess all the things that happen, in between it are algorithmically, and the seed isn't saved. So there you go. The more you know. Just absolute killers, and we'll throw the Beastman up here. He'll just like throw a Cygor down, got his own thing going on. Already going nuts in the back. We just need to get these thrown in where... At these Yetis, maybe. Yeah, I mean, any of these targets is fine. Yes, the face cap. Well, if it's in the bottom left, you can't see the little porthole here, and then the abilities, which you'll be able to see me like click with my mouse like an animal. And we're gonna get here, then we're gonna turn around and throw this massive Toe Dragon Breath right down the line. Oh, it's gonna be great. It barely worked. We'll be fine. They're gonna wish they didn't get up in here. Because they have just the just a little bit of range, but it's not enough to deal with it. And then we got Bragg the Gutsman, who is an anti-large fighter, but again, so what? He's got 30 bonus first large. Tamurkhan has 15,000 hit points. This dude could hit me 30 times and I'd still be alive. And of course, he won't have time for all of that. And Tammy's just like fighting Bragg, which is not like a fight he wants to be in, but it's a fight he's winning. You know, so what are you gonna do? Of course, this whole flank is collapsing. We've got a whole lot of really heavy hitters here in the front. And our Chaos Dwarf blunderbusses, you know, if you give them an attack order, they'll use it very carelessly. But if you just sort of like tell them to stand still and aim at people, then they'll aim, right? Shoot someone. Come on, man. Please shoot somebody. This guy wants to brawl. I guess we'll let him do it. The Ogre Tyrant. We're an Ogre Tyrant too, you know. We don't like to brag about it much. And with that, with the fall of the Tyrant, it is highly likely that their whole thing is just gonna crumble up and disappear soon. So what's the whole army? We got like one Chaos Warrior. It'd be better if it were a Chosen. And we need to, now that we've got all of our chieftains unlocked, we need to start buying the proper blunderbuss, hell cannon sort of stuff. We need to unlock that so that we can get all of our stacking bonuses. Hey Ashes, oh the battle fares well indeed. And hello, how are you? 1v1 a Grudge Trigger breaks his Sword Shield Storm Vermin before they reach him. Nice. Yeah, exactly. You know, Storm Vermin, if they don't have, like, every buff, then they don't really do much. And even when they do, you know, it's... Oh, you found a way to give Skaven armor. Good for you. Hotkeys for tryhards? Yeah, for sure. I'm like, what do I do? Hit shift 1, 2, 3, 4? No, I'm gonna click. And then the old Loot and Occupy, because we are still getting points with the Doombolt guy for doing this. Yeah, I think what we'll do, so we only have to get to committed. You fill that up, and then you have the battle, right? So we'll create a couple more plagues. We got, you know, we got to unlock some chieftain units. You know, so that's what he wants you to do. You know, purchase them. So we might end up cycling a bunch of them around and paying for them to push them up. All right, so what do we get here? Prismatic Amplifier, Power Recharge. Yeah, I mean, we're already wearing one of those on somebody, surely. But another one won't hurt. And we can put the Glittering Scales on him. Did we get a dragon yet? No, one more level. Karakatan spots. Alright, and of course everything is good, everything is strong. What we want to do is... yeah, this thing. So we go here to the Doombolt. We click there to get a Fire Glaive. Because if we get a Fire Glaive, we can set that, like, behind the line, right? Ditch this. Get a chieftain unit. You throw a Fire Glaive, like, deep set behind everything. Like, behind the Hell Cannon. Just like Overwatch Fire. And then, you know, you've got that AP anti-large in case they throw something squirrely to the rear. Of course, the blunderbusses might just be better. But we shall see. Tamurkhan getting closer and closer to that Pestilent Decay, that Mortis Engine at the end of the rainbow. And they've got these bonuses you can get also, but I feel like Perfect Vigor for all the things in the army. Yeah, we'll probably pop that one before we go to a quest battle. Anyway, we're everything's going well. We got a good clip going here. And then we'll just throw that on him for 7 turns. And we've got a bunch of these plagues now. But there we go. That'll make us strong and powerful, as if we needed more strength. You know, it'll be fine. It's like you feel like you're just mopping up, but you know, hey, you can win the game kind of long before everybody else in the games knows you won. Chicken scratch. All right, so he gives. Is that for the whole army? There we go. We get a chariot for the Beastman. We get a dragon for Kargan the Crazed. He's on a friggin' flying dragon now. Alright, so he's got a huge bonus for infantry on a dragon? Yeah. Guess he does. Oh, he got the little bonus for infantry there, but the big bonus for infantry, I guess he's just got it. Alright, seems fine. And there's that silly little, this mortis engine only turns on, you know, every 20 seconds for a minute item. Next level for Tammy, we get the big one, the real thing. Alright, so here, do we have more regular chosen yet? No. Do we want any of these things? Not really. Yeah, we just wait a little bit more and then we'll be able to, because I mean, a Dreadquake mortar probably, you know, we don't need one, but hey, what are you gonna do? Get one anyway? Probably get one anyway. And pretty soon we'll start getting to the final battle activations for our guys. Hey, our allies are doing well. You know, we see Karakazorn fall to Zatan there. You know, the Dawizar making us proud. Doing everything we need them to do. Alright, from here... Well, I mean, that guy... Astragath will probably beat him up. It's tricky. It'll probably be better just to hit him. Just absolutely putting a murdering down. Right. Looks like Castable the Unbreakable is, you know, getting these Dawizar lands back under the wise leadership. Greasus has only 6 places left. Well, we are making good progress then, aren't we? Yes, indeed we are. I love the Dawizar language. It's so expressive, you know. You really feel like you're understanding what they're saying. Arbel wants military access? No, we're probably gonna go punch you in the face here in a minute, man. Anyway, we don't need any friends that aren't Dawizar. The other Chaos champions, well, they pale in comparison to us. That might just be Castable's Unbreakable. Halfthor, Mammoth Rider, yeah. Castable, I only have 75 leadership. Castable riding on a Lamassu doesn't even have like a Bale Taurus. What a joke. Alright, so I'm thinking this ogre he'll get dealt with. Zatan will come up and with this trash army beat him. Yeah, probably. And we're just gonna go down and deal with the rest of this. Now, hopefully, Castable will go grab the demon stump, but maybe we won't have to worry about it, and they'll just take care of it on their own. I guess it's only turn 44. I mean, 45 turns is a while, but when I spent on turn 11, I was chasing one Norskin around my first faction thing and was saying, I'm never going to get anywhere on this campaign. It's already over. I should restart it. And now, turn 44, and I basically feel like not only can I literally not lose battles, but I can't lose the campaign either. Okay, and then I could ride this ruinous thing over here to raid the Empire and whatever. There's the sea lane right there. But we're probably gonna go pop Cathay instead. I mean, Kargan would take these fights here anyway, but well, I guess there might be Dark Elves over here too. We need to fight them. Oh, we'll work it out. You know, we'll see how it's going. Alright. It's like the army's fine, I just... do we drop the Plague Ogres? Do we drop Bilius? I mean, he's a giant. He's got 14,000 hit points. I mean, he's not good, but he is awesome. Because, of course, if we don't even have, like, Uncle for Uncle with us, like, why are we having the giant without the Great Unclean One? You know, why do we have the giant and not the Rotting Riders? But I guess we'll just deal with it. I mean, it's a good thing, you know. Everything we got here is good. Everything we got here is better than good. Gorgeous best have it being used as an agent instead of an army hero. Yeah, that's because he gives such good bonuses. You know, I think what it is that if a hero isn't, like, around an army when it gets formed, the AI hates to embed them into it. And it'll never, like, get rid of a full army stack to put a hero in, you know. It won't be like, I'm gonna get rid of a Hobgoblin. Alright. There we go. There's the wound on Kazakh that we dodged a couple of times before. You know, the game didn't forget that the Helm of Draska was supposed to punish him. And look, I wasn't going to take it off. The point is to be very brave. Alright, so we either get a chieftain unit to replace him, or we can just, like, grab rotting riders, and then yeah, and then they can just run around with the crew of insanely strong fellows. Yeah, why not? Seems fine. He'll be back in like an eternity. 10 freaking turns. Yeah, well, he's not leading a full stack now, but I think he had one when he moved down here. And Zatan is like, bro, that's all right. He's gonna get rich. We're gonna set all this up. You know, things are turning around for the fortunes of the Dawizar of the North. That's for sure. All right. Well, yeah, we'll get to the battle before too long. And we get Pestilential Decay. We get the Mortis Engine effect. Now we are beyond regular strong. It's all the way to comically strong. And we get the restock ability. Seems good. We get... that. All of our guys totally starting to show up. We get these. We're never going to spend the coins on Savage Dominion, but getting to Arcane Conduit is still worth doing. Alright, yep, well. We continue to have the strongest and most handsome army of all time. One more blunderbuss. I mean, one more blunderbuss is probably stronger than having this giant with us is. Yeah, that's what we'll do. And I think just buying the units through the thing without even getting them into the army, we'll check it right now. Yeah, it does. Alright, so he just wants us to get the units into the pool to increase his stuff. So that'll be basically a free thing that happens as we go. And now, with restock, of course, he has the ability to just keep on feeding ammunition into artillery pieces, which makes our army go from very hilarious to even more hilarious. Because restock's not infinite ammo, but it is basically doubling the ammo. Alright, so... we're going to side with Gruckmore Threehorn. We get 3 points here, and Doombolt gets mad at me and leaves. No, he gets mad at me, and now I can't use his ability or get more units from his stuff. But it doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah, sometimes they get mad at each other, but at least he didn't injure anyone. Good deal. Alright, so we're going to go down here to... oh, there's a Skaven faction here. We're going to walk through their land, pretend we don't see them, and then... look, it would have taken too long to not walk through their land. And to be fair, If Skaven would advertise that they lived there, I would still walk through. I don't care. But the point is, looks like try to speed him out. Yeah, I mean, it's craziness. And we're going to side with Grakmur again. No, we're going to side with Mornhowl because... Well, no. Grakmur's better because Grakmur is further, you know, away from the things being done. So, there we go. I'm like, who lives in Pigbarter? The Thunderguts. Like, what's the landmark at Pigbarter? Oh, regeneration for Rotflies units faction-wide? Look, I don't use Rotflies, but that is pretty dang good. I am so annoyed. I did not realize the terrain was going to be like this. I knew it was. I just didn't realize it was going to be like this. You know, I was like, oh, I don't want to go around the river. That's going to take like 3 turns to walk through. Not remembering that I know for a fact that you got to walk through Pigbarter. Anyway, it'll be fine. I think you can get fealty even when the guy is wounded. We're going to test that real quick by creating a plague. Was it on 8 or 9? I don't remember. Well, you know. I didn't see too well. That wasn't a really smart way to see how it works. It'll be fine. We're going to upset all of these people by traipsing through the lands. Hello, Anosa. And then, you know, they're not going to be able to do anything about it. What are they going to do? They're going to write me a strongly worded letter in Nurglish, and I'm going to read it wrong. I won't read it. I'll throw it away. I'll say, oh, sorry, my toad dragon ate my homework. But good for you for writing us a letter. The green moon, chance of a plague spreading is up. That's good. Scrap tower's getting scrapped. Looting and occupying. Getting looting and occupied. Mornhowl, yeah, we definitely needed to not take the Mornhowl one. The Mornhowl points are going to get all the way there just by winning all these fights. Toad Dragon Nathan Messenger. Right. No, so you say you're not going to stay long because you got to sleep. Well, I understand those needs, man. Well, you know, I'm glad you stopped by. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I played this for like almost 11 hours yesterday in a stream. I thought it was 10 and a half, and then I looked at it, it was like 10 hours and 52 minutes or something. And I went and got some stuff done today after I played a session, and then I was like, what should I play? You know, should I play Minecraft? Should I do this or that? And I'm like, you know what I should do? I should go and beat Kugath in a fight and show him that I am Nurgle's favored son. No, I don't even think... Yeah, we don't need to defeat the warriors of Nurgle. We need to defeat all of the other warriors. Alright. I guess we'll let them live. And they're all going there towards Greasus, but that's like a biggish army, so we will go here as well. Go to ambush, hope to catch him out. One really good thing about the... Well, it's not good for, like, your perspective, but, like, when the AI doesn't get its... You know, you break up their armies, and then, like, their legendary heroes aren't with, you know, the legendary lores anymore, so you don't have to... I know, Cece, you got a little thing to say, you guess? What is? Castable, the mostly unbreakable. The Lamassu riding. And the ambush is foiled. Well, I don't know how we'll ever look a person in the eye again. Grease is going to get tuned up. Oh, yeah. So you're looking for characters to draw and you found a guy that reminded you of me? That's pretty fun. Helman Gorst wants to brawl. Well, he only has this place. What do we get if we construct something here? Battle healing cap for plague bearers. I mean, that's good. I don't care about it for this army. What's the trait you get for Helman Gorst? Poison attacks for your army? We kind of already have it. We'll round them up after this. I'm like, why am I doing this? We need to prosecute the war against the ogres, not worry about these other fools. All right, yeah, against the ogres. This will be our first battle where we have our guy on the dragon, so it's gonna be a whole different dynamic from the sky. He's gonna be able to get the work done. Now we've got Rotfly guy and Dragon guy, and they can hang out, do their thing, smash, you know, get it all the way done. We got the Chaos Breath. Yep, it's just a normal dragon. That's pretty much it. Well, you know, that's funny. I do look like a disguise, you know, like I'm always saying that. It is true. And the flank there, and then we can have the fire glaives like deep set like this, right? And then if they wanna charge into them, well, they'll have a bad time. Nodlar flingers, they're flinging around, you know, they're doing their thing. Greasus will be here, you know, in a minute. Oh yeah, actually, this dragon's taking a lot of damage, but I mean, he doesn't have any ward save. It's just 40% missile and 70 armor, so that makes sense that they'll do a lot to him. The dragon will actually be one of the more dangerous, more vulnerable characters that we have, due to that that big character model without any of the reduction that we expect from Tamurkhan. Oh yeah, look at that, because now he's got the Mortis Engine effect, and he becomes much more able to just do anything he wants by himself. And of course the blunderbuss is set right here. The fire glaive's working wonderfully. This is just what the front line is supposed to look like. And then, you know, it's time to get the Cygor summons on. It's time to get our amplifier going on. Oh, boom. It's time to eat that hunter for breakfast, lunch, and whatever comes after that. This is what Warhammer looks like. This is fantasy Warhammer. There's also sci-fi Warhammer, but you gotta go now. Well, good night, Anosa. Thanks for stopping in. Always good to see you. We'll run down to this side. The Cygor just having a party. Can we pull another one? Oh no, it'll be a little bit longer. I mean, we could. Yeah, so you can summon the Cygor, then you can use the spell to summon a Cygor, which is a lot of wins, right? It's like 10. Oh well, 10's not that many for an artillery summon. 10's not that many. Pop Locust, just put the real herding on, swim around here. Are they even making it across? No, they're so far in the distance that, yeah, we need to move our guys up. They're not getting around the flank. They won't. Because this Cygor's got 40 seconds left, and then, yeah, this is, I didn't even think of the implications of having a bound summon plus a real summon. Like, it's pretty good. Army ability there. Oh, the Sky Striders. Oh boy, we need to get out of there. So this is like the one unit in the game that's gonna be pretty good at beating this guy on the beast, but not so good that they can get away with doing, you know, anything they want. So in for the Sky Crusher. Gonna be getting our guys in here. The summons are doing wonderfully. This poor cat is in some trouble, but hey, what are you gonna do? We don't want those Rot Knights in this combat. We will. Oh, the Lead Belchers. Oh, they finally have a real army. We need to get on them. So Lead Belchers are very, very punchy units. They do almost as much damage as one of my Chaos Drow does. No, I'm just playing. They're supposed to do more. Feast. Yeah, it's like, he's hitting somebody, but this Werekin, you know, he's got a huge bonus for his infantry. Not a bonus for his large, but it looks like none of that's going to matter. I mean, I knew none of it was going to matter. Look, our army is real strong. The Hell Cannon got 800 value. You know, it's not so much value, but this isn't like that. What you want with the Hell Cannon is like massed infantry. You don't want monstrous ones. I mean, you could. They're fine, but, you know, you want, like, elite infantry in a big block, you know? Like, when I think of a Hell Cannon target, there's a lot of good ones, but I think, like, Chosen, you know? Like, something slow, something expensive, something I can shoot. You know, Iron Breakers before they get the upgrade. We get the Trickster's Helm, which is a very, very good item. We might find somebody to put it on. We just might. Hey, here we go, the Trickster's Helm. That'll give him a little bit of a barrier, not much, it doesn't matter. You know, it's really about the ward save. That's the good stuff there. Or really, you know, so he needs the Trickster's Helm because it's better. And then this guy can have the armor because he is, after all, just, you know, a guy. He's not running stuff here. I think we get rid of the Talisman of Preservation Vile Seed combo because we've already got all the talismans. Yeah, I am. I don't know. Maybe this guy's Baby Mortis is worse than just having, you know, 18% more ward save. I don't know. We'll work on the theory. Oh, I didn't even take his unique line to get the Flock of Doom thing. That's pretty bad. You know, we should have taken that. Not least because it's good for our stuff. Well, anyway, we'll get around to it. We'll get around to getting all of the special abilities. The Fimir doesn't have that good of a tree. I mean, it's good. Really, it's this Baleful Regeneration. Because if you get horrible regen on, like, Skinwolves, that means that they can, like, heal the ones that fall in battle, which is really, really good. Because you can heal them up, and then when they're at max HP, they'll just start regenerating models. But very, very soon we'll be able to do a battle here. So we're gonna unlock another unit real quick. Yes. And then that'll just level him up. We gotta get 20 more of these. I mean, it'll be fine. It will definitely be fine. Bragg the Gutsman is walking around with his little executioner's hook. And we get Summon from Beyond for the army. So now we've got a Plague Bearer summon as if we weren't strong enough already. And then we'll get 10% weapon strength for everybody, as if we weren't strong enough already. I mean, a horrible mutant man heals a horrible mutant wolf very, very much. Indeed. Indeed. Couldn't have said it better myself. Alright, so these guys are going to get tuned up. Flayed Rock's got 19 people in it. We're just going to go to Knobbly Gorge and hope that our guys fix it up. It's got to be the last one once we get this, right? Yeah, it's got to be. We'll get old Snaggly here. I mean, might as well fight. Hello, yo, cheese pizza guy. You said you were correct. Well, hey, I did take a break. My first video was only like 4.5 or 5 hours. Unless it was 5.5. I don't think it was 6. Did I just crash my game? No. Alright, there we go. Oh, I didn't move them around. Well, that's okay. Tamurkhan's just gonna run right up to the pipe here. And this guy's gonna throw a summon down here and then swim over to the other side of the wall. Yeah, Tammy doesn't need support. Tammy's gonna run in on this side of the wall, and everybody else can fight on the other side. I don't think they're gonna stand in front of the wall that long. I think they're gonna crumble pretty rough. The Cygor's having a time. The lead belchers. We are running right into them. 55 missile resist, 28 ward save, and 15 fizz resist. Well, they got through the 100-point barrier. Everybody likes to feel like they're doing well. Tell them what they've won! Oh, that's right, a one-way ticket to the Black Cleaver. 1.14k damage. With a nice big 20 bonus versus large that we inherited from beating Kolek Soulkeeper down. Down, 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 into the ground. We're just gonna drop that summon right there on him. The Cygor is just like having a time, just beating the brakes off of all these folks. Oh yeah, good stuff. Do we army ability? No, we'll save it. Well, now that the gate's open, time to run inside, buddy. I guess we could. Oh yeah, you could restock the holy hand grenades. That would be funny. Tamurkhan's just having a party. After all, he is Nurgle's favorite son and the most interesting man in the world. Tamurkhan busy soloing their army over here. What's his value? Oh, only 1,500. You know, with 91 melee defense, 98 melee attack, and nice cool 900 damage out of the box without any buffs popped. Perfect figure. You know. Only 48% ward save. These Iron Guts are fighting the Festering Stooges. It's not, like, great for us, right? We need to, we don't need them to stand alone. We need to get our Hero Corps in there, and we can have our other Corps fighting here. Well, we'll keep the Bale Fiend here. You don't wanna get rid of too much of a good thing. Plague Bear summon in the back. These Iron Guts are really beating up on the Festering Stooges. Which, you know, they heal in melee. They regen, they come back from the dead. Like, they are... The Festering Stooges are quite extraordinary exalted demons. They're really good. But, of course, all that pales in comparison to how good all of my other stuff is. Guy 271, you say you just got Total War Warhammer. Who would I recommend as a first campaign? Oh, goodness. Oh, man. That's a hard one. if you haven't played any Total War campaigns before, I would say you want something with a little bit of everything. So if you bought Total War Warhammer 3, I would say like Kislev or Cathay would be good. And not because they're super strong, but because they give you a little bit of everything, you know. You get some good monsters, you get good ranged units, you get cavalry, you get to see, like, all this stuff. If you want to just, like, sort of learn how your campaign mechanics works and stuff, then any of the Warriors of Chaos might be a good choice. They tend to be very strong and not so tied to, you know, building the right buildings. Vampires are very good, but if you only bought Total Warhammer 3, you'll only have access to the Warhammer 3 races, of course. My very first Warhammer campaign was Thorgrim Grudgebearer in Total Warhammer 1, and I don't know if I would recommend that in Total Warhammer 3 for a first campaign. I think dwarves are awesome and I love them, but a normal dwarf campaign, because dwarves don't get any cavalry, they tend to be very static, so you don't get as much of like the dynamism as you can really get in later Total War. Later like Total War factions. Yeah, but oh yeah, you've asked a hard question. If you have the Warriors of Chaos thing, I would say, yeah, if you've had access to dwarves, a dwarf campaign. If you have access to the Malachi Makaisen campaign, maybe don't play that first. It'll ruin you for everything else. It's so fun. But really, like, it's gonna sound cheesy. It'll be just like the Warhammer 40k advice when people ask what army they should get. You just, like, look at the campaigns and just read a little bit about them, of the factions, and see what you think is cool. Like, who do you think looks cool? What's the lore you think is cool? Because all of the campaigns are playable. Some of them are easier than others. But you say your very first extended campaign was Malachi? That's awesome. That's awesome. You know, because I can totally see, like, man, if I had played him, if he had been the only campaign in the game, you know, like, that would be enough for me. I would probably play an entire Total War game if it was just the Malachi campaign, and you could choose to go in other directions. Start with Gelt. I haven't played Gelt in the modern era, right? Like, because he got reworked when Elspeth happened, and they moved him over to somewhere else in the world, like Cathay, yeah? But, because Gelt used to be the artillery faction, but then Elspeth exists, and, you know, I need to play Elspeth. I did buy her campaign. It was in whatever, you know, combo. It must have been Malachi. It must have been the Malachi. It was Tamurkhan and Malachi and Elspeth, yeah. Because they all have, like, really great campaign mechanics. I've heard of Elspeth. I haven't looked at them, but I know you just, like, you have, like, the Nuln artillery school, and you just soup up all of your ranged weapons and artillery to absurd degrees. To a degree that makes it seem like they shouldn't, like... I heard it described as a Hellstorm rocket that shoots miniature purple Sons of Xerius. I don't know if they were joking or not. It might have been true. My buddy telling me about it didn't sound like he was exaggerating. He said mostly you learned Total War mechanics by Three Kingdoms. I do actually really regret that I never picked it up. I think... Oh, yeah. Enchanted item. The other Trickster Shard. This is a very good ability. And we've executed enough battle enemies. You really want this trait for your lord, no matter what faction you are. Headsman is excellent. -3 to enemy leadership is so good. Like, any bonuses to negative enemy leadership are good, but they stack up. So we get 3 from that. We got like 5 from the Skinwolf, and before long, you're talking real damage that you're putting into a foe. And here we'll just throw him on automatic because he's already reached his good stuff. Loot and occupy, that's how you double dip. You get your looted settlement, you get your Mournhouse. So we're going to be able to do the first of our our fights for our guys pretty soon, and we're absolutely going to come down here and bushwhack Helmengorst. there's no force in this verse that can stop me from coming down and punching him in the face. All my homies hate Helmengorst. Look, until you've tried to deal with him in the early game when he has his friggin' Mortis engine going on, oh my god. He's the worst. Favorite faction is the Empire, so real cool. Yeah, Empire can be very tough as like a Franz start, but, you know, just have fun with it, right? Yeah, for sure. Don't beat yourself up too much, and try to enjoy it. My first several campaigns with dwarves, I got wrecked, you know, like I got really beat up. Alright, so this thing gives us ward save for all the characters, so that's what we're gonna get, yeah. And then this is a really good ability too for like hit points and the bound spells, because +1 bound spell on the Great Unclean one, like that's a Stream of Corruption, a Spirit Leech, Defiling Deluge, so that like heals things, and like, man, that's really good. And then we could get it on Uncle for Uncle too, because it works for him. And so yeah, we'll but I think pumping all the characters is better, because, you know, we're already sort of in that thing. Prince Sand Emperor, by the comet. No, like, what's the best human line? There are many schools of thought. I think it's probably, welcome to Eastalia, gentlemen. Of course, France doesn't have that one, but I think it's probably the best line. Alright, I think actually, rather than bushwhack Helmengorst right now, we need to see this Ogre War through to the end, because Kigal got a little hit in the face here, and if we just let them get up again, then, you know, it might take a little while to put them back down into the dirt where they belong. So we're just gonna put the herd on in this direction. Did Malachi get slaughtered? Yep, Malachi is out of the commission. 2 more looted settlements, and we'll be able to do Doombolt's battle. I am supreme. Yeah, I love that they founded the Empire in Warhammer on, like, Holy Roman Empire principles, with just, like, all these elector counts. I'm like, wait, so he's the Emperor, but they vote for him? I'm like, wait, I've heard of this one before. I know this method. Alright, so we're going to get Diplo relations up. Just because we just don't need any of the other stuff, you know, right now. And this should be, yes, the very last battle with Greasus. He won't be there for it, but we'll have a big old one, you know. There'll be a bunch of guys to brawl. Alright, so we needed to get, yeah, so I think, oh yeah, he has 55 because we have the Iron Curse icon on him. I think that's actually a very good enchanted item. We don't want to get rid of it for him. If we, yeah, we'll throw the other Trickster Shard on him. A little bit of barrier hit points, good, and then that'll also give him that roaming, I screw up everybody's, you know, hexes sort of things. Yeah. Oh yeah. So you have HRE experience from Europa Universalis. I'm like, Europea? No, Europa. But no, I love the Empire. Once I stopped playing dwarves and started playing the Empire, I just played Franz campaigns, and then I just played Gelt campaigns in one, and then I got 2, and I just played Gelt campaigns because you didn't have Imperial authority to worry about as Gelt, so I would just go nuts, you know. I've tried a Volkmar campaign a couple times, but it didn't work. The old barrel o' bugmans, indeed. And we just got a land battle here. Good stuff. Bunch of bulls. We got an Eshin Maneater. An Eshin Maneater? Oh, the old, the Steven Seagal character. That's what they're called. Okay. So, in the Total War community, there's a lot of memes that I know the units by, so when I see them, like, the real way, I'm like, what's that name? And I'm like, oh, that's the waddling guy. That's the River Troll Hag, the sack of meat lady. Alright, let's fight this battle. That's all the Empire lines you can think of. They're good lines. You know, that first Empire Quest battle when you're, like, in the trees and then they bring the knights across the field at you and you get, like, a wizard and you just hope they give you, like, a good one and then they give you, like, not the one you want. You're like, just give me a bright wizard. Just give me a wizard of burning head. And they don't. You know, they're just like, how about a life wizard? I'm like, but I'm bad. And Karl Franz doesn't even have Deathclaw yet. Alright, so they're going to reinforce from back there. It's going to be actually a pretty decent one. But if we're right here, then they'll have to... Can they get through there? A little bit. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do? It'll be fine. Probably have these guys to attack a flank here, and then we'll swing them around and be the core of who helps there. This fellow, we can just pop right here and throw a Cygor summon down. Yeah. From the trees. Alright, so we throw a Cygor there. Drop him, pop this recharge. Throw another Cygor here. So that's, you know, that's what we gotta do with this guy. This dude is gonna be a Cygor, double Cygor drop. You drop them on the flank. Oh man, I can only love an army so much. I've gotta stop. I can only love an army so much. Like, what are they doing? They're gonna go over here and fight the Cygors? These things live for like 90 seconds. Yeah, we just charged Tamurkhan in because, you know, the rules are made up. They don't matter. No one can hurt us. And if these guys had perfect vigor, everything would be better. They don't, though. Just a little bit longer for our summons to go up again. Oh, he's already got this one, so you can get 3 Cygors out. Just drop in the base. And lo and behold, Channel Tariff has great Warhammer memes. I don't know if I know that one. Turin is where I get all of my memes from. Turin is the premier caster of competitive Warhammer play, or at least I think he is. Alright, army leader ability there. We're gonna... This Plague Bear summon's going great. This Plague Ridden jumping in is not super awesome, but it is what's going on. Tamurkhan is literally popping everyone. This Beastman is now going to run away since our Cygors are finally taking fire. He's going to be like, you know what, guys? I actually don't want to fight anymore. You convinced me. And after all that, they are arriving. Oh man, this dude is getting chunked. What's beating on him? Oh, the Stonehorn. The Stonehorn of Morn. Let's get out of here. But not before dropping a massive Rancid Visitations on this dude. And Overcasted. It's going to hit him for 20 seconds. Watch as his HP falls away. Alright, so here we see what I can charitably call good unit collision. So he's trying to charge this thing, which is trying to run. Only one of them was succeeding. Alright, there we go. Hit him. Hit him again. They're collapsing the lines, which is fine. Tamurkhan is killing it. You know, it's... The line is actually going perfectly. You know, we're, everything is holding. The fire glaives are getting the Overwatch fire on the side there. We're, yeah. You know, you can't beat it. We got one more bound Cygor. We're gonna throw it right there. Man, I love this army. Man, I love this army. And pretty soon we're gonna get to do our first little quest battle. Well, we did the Black Cleaver quest battle, but the first quest battle for this Eshin Maneater, that's where we gotta go. This dude is the trouble. This dude is actually really eating up our Chosen and our Stooges, so we need to put the herd on. We're gonna use our army ability there for a nice little buffer. I wonder if this banner comes off of each individual unit. No, it wouldn't do that. That would be too stupid. That would be like 1 billion damage. I would have heard of it. Alright. Well, you see that? You're watching my show, so I assume you do. That is the end. The end of Greasus. Bellicar Lone Hammer. Good stuff. I will gladly pay you for Karak 8 Peaks tomorrow for Karak 8 Peaks today. Boom, baby. Sword of Anti-Heroes. We abort the mission. This is actually like a good ability. This sword is so much better than it has any right to be. And it looks like the duration of the ability got boosted too. But yeah, gives you magical attacks and +8 melee. Like, magic attack is very good for some factions. Like, if you're fighting against demons, or, like, there's a bunch of stuff with physical resist. Anyway, and then 50% weapon and AP damage for 40 seconds with a 90-second cooldown. That's a really good weapon for being just, like, normal. But, you know, we won't use it on anything, I don't think. We might have some guy without a weapon. Oh, yeah, actually, we got a lot of guys without a weapon. We'll put it right here. Who doesn't have magic attacks? All right, we found a candidate. Oh, that's right. I don't have the item because I didn't do the quest. After all this time, I remember how the sentence started. Smart. Oh, we can get speed. That's good. Yeah. That's right. And then he's gonna get like a 4-bound thing's Flock of Doom. Yeah, it's yeah, we're gonna be in good shape. Gonna be in good shape indeed. I mean, we're already in good shape. We're already in fantastic and wonderful shape. We're already just like shaping up quite well. All right, we need to. It's like I would like to give them one of these, but I don't think we can. Yeah, we gotta. Yeah, even if they took that one, I guess we just give it all to him. Because we don't want any of these. We don't need anything that we pick up. We never do. We'll take 20 grand for this, though. Alright. And just like that, it looks like the Chaos Dwarves are doing pretty good for themselves. Of course, they love us. We are trusted friends, and they are our vassals. Every day, hey, look, they finally are giving us a little bit of money. You know, we couldn't afford it without them. Yeah, the definitely unlooted vaults of Angren. You can go into the Vault of the Dragon and take all the stuff you want, unless it's some specific thing that I want. Don't worry, I don't have a list of it. It's all in my head. But if you take one of the pieces I wanted, I'll let you know. I'll let you know. Heyo, chosen. Can I summon them here? Goodbye, Chaos Warriors. Hello, chosen of Nurgle with shields. My guys. Alright, this is... like, who do we get rid of for Kazakh when he comes back? The Plague Ogres? Maybe. Maybe. Look, I'd rather have a unit of Chosen than a Plague Ogre. I think I'd rather have the Stooges than a Plague Ogre. They're really good. They're quite hardy, you know, 25 Fizz resist. They got, like, a ton. Yeah, 13k HP. Because a lot of times, like, you'll look at a unit. Alright, yeah, and then so now we go pop Gorst and then go burn down Cathay and stuff. Yeah. After all, do you remember when Zhao Min, when he threatened me? I remember. Oh, I remember it well, as if it were yesterday or maybe even this very morning. I remember it. And he said, do something you won't. He looked at me and he said, do something you won't. I said, okay. Okay. Bumming on the couch, yeah, Luke, exactly. I built the couch, sold it to him, and then charged him rent for the couch. No, they know who buttered this bread. Like they recall quite well who gave them this land and who only asks for a reasonable tribute, like hell cannons, blunderbusses, and money. It's not a big deal. Sure, I tried to vassalize the servants of the Conclave repeatedly, but it's not a big deal. Everybody does that. Come on, man. Can I pay you enough? No. Hey, Sam. How are you? Alright, yeah. More Kama's Lang Fist. Alright, so basically now we need to... Well, we need to get engaged in another war. We're gonna go through Cathay. We're just gonna burn up through it. Zatan's gonna be on the back foot a little bit. Maybe. And he'll probably be fine. Village is at war there and not with us, and then we'll probably go up and then kill Village. And that'll get us a couple more chaos things. Because Cathay, we can start raising stuff here, and then we can double dip. We'll raise a settlement and fight Cathay, and then we'll get there. Because just a few more techs, and we'll get the Bale Fiend up. Yeah, really, we need to find some vampires to fight. I mean, we've got these vampires. It's not gonna really be enough. What's the campaign victory? What you have to do is do the quest battles, I think. I believe you have to do some of the quest battles for a short victory, and then all of them for a long. Let me look real quick. I looked earlier this morning. Yeah, so 3 chieftain battles, and then you have to defeat Goldtooth Heralds and Grimgors, which we've already done, you know. And then we get a short victory. And then all you have to do is go and take Nuln or get a vassal or a military ally with it and do all the battles for the devoted thing. So we'll you know, we're on a clip. We've got like a pathway towards getting all of these battles done before too long. Form Gorse by sacking the force every turn. No, I don't think so. So the chieftain units, you can just use your dominance points on them and get your points there. And I think that's probably what we'll do. Alternately, you know, we can just... Ooh. Oh, we need to eliminate these lords, and then we can get weird plate. Well, I don't know how weird it'll be when we're wearing it. It'll be just normal, I think. And then maybe we can take the Haunted Forest and sell it to Kugath and make him join our faction. Oh, that would shame him. That would shame him in the eyes of the Tallyman. Yeah, so we just spin that, yeah. So all we gotta do is burn through these things, and then we could probably just get, like, an army to cycle through. But yeah, one more looted settlement, and we'll do that battle, and then we can raid a bit, or fighting any more ogres. Oh, well, we can fight these ogres right over here, and then that'll take care of that. Yeah, good stuff. Helman Gorst. He's got... This madman has 4 Mortis engines? Gorst, you're a Mortis engine! How much of a good thing can one man want? Anyway, that's an army we're not going to charge our, that's a bunch of stuff we're not going to charge our dudes into. You know, Mortis engines are a hero-cracking affair. Of course, those, when they get in the range of our blunderbusses and the fire glaives, they'll probably just melt them in a shot or two. Yeah, 4 Mortis, no zombies, smart. Alright, what do we want here? Vanguard, yeah. Boom. Delicious! And of course, we just have to do 2 more plagues to get Kazac's thing. We're not going to do Kazac's battle without Kazac. And I would like to get Kazac before this. How many more turns is he wounded for? It'll be soon? 2 more. Okay, yeah, 2 more. That's fine. Yeah, we'll get this. We'll get the battle done. He'll come back into the army. And everything will come up Millhouse. Alright, time to brawl. Oh, he's gonna run? Not in the direction of his friends, though. Yes, the blunderbuss be upon them. Oh, he got a... Good news, guys. He got a 5th Mortis engine. 4 wasn't enough. 4 plus Gorst means you need 1 more. 4 plus Gorst means you need 1 more. That's how you keep the Mortis engine score. That's the rhyme to remember everything about Mortis engines. He's got a Necro on a thing. Yeah. Alright, so he's gonna... I mean, it's like... It's pretty dumb. And it's got its heal and its magical attack thing going on, you know, because he buffs them with cool stuff. Well... I think it's like Gorst's brothers that he's got pulling his little thing, canonically. Because Gorst is like a real piece of work. As they say. Alright, so we'll get the Hell Cannon to shoot into the ethereal units. Tammy to run right up the pipe and just cause havoc. Alright, so the Rotting Riders do have magic attacks, so we're gonna pounce on the Hex Wraiths there. Cygor summons on this quadrant. Like, that's a missile front. The Hex Wraiths charging in. They're going to have a bad time. They're going to have such a bad time. They got the Dense Macabre on, but as soon as these magic attack units come in, they're going to melt. They don't have armor, you know. We have big AP values, but they don't have any armor at all. All that they have is 55 Fizz resist, and they're about to get just dumpstered. And then we're going to be able to swim over here onto the Cairn Race. Of course, Helman Gorst is already absolutely chunked. Just murdered. Just, like, stick a fork in them. They are toast. I know that's not how you eat toast. I do know that's not how you eat toast. And now that we got our Cygor summons down to, like, oh man, I love this army so much. Oh, God. Alright, we need to get on this Mortis engine, because that is actually, I mean, it's not going to do a huge amount of draining, because, I mean, these are, it's like 32 units, but you don't want to be given this damage up, right? You don't want to, even if it doesn't matter, you don't want to give it away for free. You want to make them pay. You want to drop a huge bombardment in the middle of these fools. This Mortis engine is peeking out its head, so you know what that means. Time for the Castellan fire. Let's see how it holds up. Aim and Alright guys, in conclusion, one round of this blunderbuss anti-large fire is just about enough. Just about oh my goodness, oh my stars and everything else. Oh, that's a lot of damage. That anti-large, so blunderbusses shoot 3 projectiles. I would not be surprised if that bonus versus large gets attached to every projectile. Just bonkers. What a hurting. What a menace we are. One volley. You know, when you get like a shotgun unit and you can defend it, it's just so funny because like when you get a faction and then you eliminate the normal weaknesses of it, you know, like with Malachi, because even without all the bonuses you get to all the flying machines, the artillery, having encampment stance, just being able to encamp anywhere with no movement range penalty is so good. And if every dwarf had that, then, you know, they'd be a lot more replayable. Iron Drakes and Poison one more. Dude, like, when... There's a couple of those Skaven, like, Death Globe, like the ROR, where they throw it up and it just, like, does, like, the little shrapnel thing. Grape shot cannons, yeah. Alright, there we go. We get our weird plate. And good news, we get poison attacks for Tamurkhan. Pretty sure we already had them, but we get them. That's one of those traits that can be very good, but it's like... Kugath is the first natural enemy for him, and, you know, you get it anyway. It's like, if you're Nurgle, you get poison, so it's sort of funny in that regard. Alright, what do we do now? We could take charge and armor and stuff, but do we want to get... No, I don't think it's very important, actually, that we do anything except make him stronger. Good. Yeah, I've definitely... I don't remember the exact first battle I fought against Deathglow Bombardiers, but I remember losing a shocking amount of Dwarf Infantry to it. Like, I did not appreciate the danger I was in, kind of thing. And then I like, look up, and I'm like, what? What happened to my iron... You know, my Iron Breakers? What happened to my guys? What happened to the dudes? Alright, so we have a big old vampire army here. Wizard Lord, not in the air, I don't think. Yeah, he'll be on horseback, probably. Maybe he'll be on just like a hell steed. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Couple of banshees, vampire, a whole lot of chaff. Yep, well... Sure is gonna suck to be them. Vampires without mobility against a Nurgle faction. It's like, what are you guys you're gonna hide in the back? Is that what you think is going to happen? Tamurkhan is waiting for you. Alright, and we want... I guess we just Cygor summon right in the middle. Yeah. Like, well, they're all like over on this side. Like, what do you think you're gonna do? What do you think I'm gonna let you do? Like, go back and get into a box? Not gonna happen. Nice dream. Do just to guard the flank. Yeah. Seems fine. Tammy going in. These fellows. Oh, you're gonna. You wanna go? We're gonna Toad Dragon breathe you. He runs in at us. Does he really want to run in at us? Boom! He is suffocating. You know, it doesn't do too much damage to him. But it does put that on him for 20 seconds, so it reduces his vigor and stuff. That ain't nothing. Pop the Locust, get all this done. Oh yeah, the damage, the carnage. We need to get this other summon going ahead on down. Because all these skellies are what? Like, they're trying to help out their friends here? Not gonna work. Like, what's this Banshee gonna do? We all got magic damage, girl. We all got it. Look how wide their build is. It's gonna take them 10 years to get over here. We're just gonna drop a huge bombard here on these zombies. Not because we need to, but to send a message. Oh, this dude doesn't have regen at all. We must have thought he did when we took away the thing. Restock. We got Graveguard Halberd there. Gonna need a chunk there. Gonna run forward, get that Flock of Doom going. You know, we got another Cygor summon down. Actually, this dude. You know, I wasn't so convinced about him when we got him the first time, but now I'm convinced. He's going to have Locust in 1 second. We pop that. It's going to hit all these guys. They are about to crumble so hard. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that's a lot of damage. And now they enter into the fire glaives. And the other shooters. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Throw the Flock of Doom there. Traderkin here. Oh yeah, that's a lot of damage. Tamurkhan just feasted on these Banshees. They can't do a thing. You never had me, you never had your car. And now these guys, what, they're trying to get, yeah, it worked perfectly. They're trying to get through our front line by, you know, going through the trees, not realizing that's exactly what we expected them to do. And the Hell Cannon just sent it in a shot right in the middle of our army. Perfect. Graveguard with great weapons. Well, you know what that means. That means we actually need to get some damage in there. Get the blunderbusses shooting them. Find out for sure what they know and what they don't know. Alright, 8,400 hit points. And the blunderbusses open up. And probably hit a bunch of our guys with friendly fire. But, you know, hey, still, a ton of damage and a volley is a ton of damage. It's not a good angle, you know. You can see a bunch of the shots are missing. Oh, this dude is getting trucked on. Yeah, we need to get out of here. And both of the blunderbusses are going to Last Samurai this vampire. Oh yeah, that's a lot of damage. Down to one, down to none. Brutal. Toad Dragon's hungry, not picky about fresh meat. No, for sure. It's one of your auto-resolve only characters where it's not worth it to fight just the Lord manually. Gorok, Ungrim, Archeon, and Valkia. Yeah, they, at least the AI will take the demonic trait for Valkia and Archeon. Well, a person never would. But yeah, Gorok and Ungrim, any unbreakable enemy lord is just such a headache. We're gonna loot and occupy. And the bells ring. There we go. We get the fealty to committed. Favored of Nurgle. Alright, so I guess we got this trait just for getting enough of them up. Yeah, for getting enough of them up. Maybe it's for getting the first of them maxed. But anyway, we get one more use for this item. And 15 physical resist, which is up from 15. So it's just +1 on the use. But still, pretty good. Yes, the highest degree of favored of Nurgle. So we just need to, you know, we need to get our guys stronger, and then we'll go do that battle, because we're gonna get in a turn or two. We'll get Kashyyyk back, and then we'll you know, get to it. And then we'll come here and fight these two ogres, and that'll get the other battle unlocked. Nurgle's favoritist boy. The favored rotfly of Nurgle. The favored putrescence. Who's a good son of Nurgle? We are. We are. Sword of Cain, claimed by Alariel the Radiant. You know, that's one of my favorite things to read. It always cheers me up. I just love the idea of her going absolutely bonkers, just ape, just going nuts. I guess we could hold on to this if we wanted. I mean, it's already level 4. And this thing is fine. We just, you know, we're not really plague barrier oriented. Can we get you to confed with us? No. Oh, we can't even trade the settlement. It's not next to him. Well. How about you become my vassal in exchange for a bunch of money? Oh, yeah. He agrees. Of course, since I am Nurgle's favorite boy, it's no surprise that Kugath Plaguefather has decided to lend his forces to my own. Good stuff. He's got toad dragons. He's got... Man, what an army. I mean, sure, the Nurglings are nothing, but, I mean... 3 Plague Bears, 3 Exalties, 3 Toads, 3 Great Unclean Ones. That's rough. Plus Kugath himself. You know, that's real rough. Alright, so Kashyk's going to come back, hopefully not all the way up here. If he does, then we'll just not bring him to the battle, I guess. I'm hoping he comes back, you know, close to the Lord, but, you know, the game follows its own rules, right? They might send you back to a capital. It might be, like, the nearest major settlement. Might be, you know, I don't know. I don't know how the rules work with characters as they get unwounded. Hey, he's right here. Good, good. Kashyk the Befouled comes back. We're just gonna move over towards these ogre fights, I think. Or no, we can do this battle right now. So do we drop the plague ogres for it? I think so, because I mean, the plague ogres just serve. I mean, they have what? It's a very small. No, it's a huge bonus versus infantry. Like, they serve a niche that I feel like the Rot Knights do, you know, better. I mean, sure, they're anti-infantry instead, but I was like, this Blessed Lady? No, it's Blessed the Flylord. Okay, so they have 15 ward save? Man, these guys are good. Yeah. Pretty good indeed. But we used the stuff that we needed to do the teleporting thing. But yeah, we'll go ahead and do this now. Right? Everybody's healed up. Everybody's healed up, yeah. Ditch the Plague Ogre. It's them or the Festering Stooges, right? The Stooges have the benefit of not being vulnerable and of being, like, really good line holders. Yeah, I think we'll just... man, it's tough. It's tough. Yeah, we'll get rid of them. It'll be fine. Kashyk's back from the dead. Of course, he's in the last slot now, looking like a barely favored son. Been missing out on HP, but hey, he's got that at least. The Helmadraska's staying on, you know. He's gonna get that benefit. Here we get a 15% ward save for this fellow. Burn the talismans, get scrap out of it. You know, look, we're not gonna wear the talismans on any of these guys, so it was worth a try. You know, I could have got something out of it. Everybody's talisman is already too special to give up, and even if the ward save would be better, it wouldn't be cooler than having their unique items, right? All right, let's go. Subjugation's Reach. Marching through the Darklands, Tamurkhan stumbles upon a towering monster animated from rock. Magically manipulated by a mischievous green screen shaman, as thirsts life, the creature begins a rampage of mass destruction, slaughtering a crowd of Chaos Dwarf warriors in a violent, blood-soaked frenzy. This version proves the opportunity Tamurkhan needs to strengthen a powerful alliance. Yeah, alright. Looks like they're gonna resurrect a rogue idol and we're gonna go punch them. I can't imagine this will be too difficult. Say, imagine how much a Dwarf Blunderbuss could do in an army that really buffs them. You know, I bet it's pretty good. It's like, dude, when that Mortis showed up, and I mean, I know, like, we were a perfect unit for that Mortis, but still, like, man. Okay, so the rogue idol's invulnerable, and we need to kill the leaders, and then we're going to be able to pop the idol. Go here, we'll jump on these spider riders. Because if we can load our ranged right here, yeah. And we'll just melt all of them as soon as they get onto the map. Throw our Cygors like right there. Here we'll just, yeah, be right here, and then we can put the Chorfs like the ranged attack there and there. And we hold in because we're just gonna send the Goon Squad in to pop the Lords and such. Boom, baby. You know, they thought being a large target would protect him. It didn't. Clean. And now, after a total collapse of this flank, we'll be able to set up our weapons of war here. Get all of these dudes wrecked. Just charge right in because I am the favored son of Nurgle. Ho, 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 ho. Oh, did you see the damage? We hit him for like a frickin' 1,000. Oh, for 1.13k, yeah. Pretty good. So this thing does, oh, it actually does like a friggin' ton of damage. Well. Oh yeah, it's 20k HP, unbreakable, 12 ward save. I mean, I bet we could just go up and punch him, but, you know, it says we're supposed to weaken the guy, so that's what we'll try to do. I'm like, oh, am I supposed to be afraid of these fools? I'm just gonna run through them with Tamurkhan. And then get our flyers there on them. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to be able to defend our front line against this speed of fools on it. We get hit by a rock lava shot there, it looks like. This guy wants to get in right here and pop Locust on this huge blob. He wants it more than anything. He gets it. It's gonna... They're really gonna melt here. This freaking Psychor summons. And then now that they're distracted, we come in with the Goon Squad. Just brutal stuff. And now the idol's in for some trouble. I mean, they were already kind of in for some trouble, I guess. I mean, look at the damage on my army. I mean, I know you might be saying you're not even hurt. No one even touched you. Well, yep, I know. But they could have done. Tammy comes in. Pops a Black Cleaver. We all fall down. A target-rich environment, to be sure. And then we pop a Locust. Watch as the Fiend crumbles. Indeed. Indeed. And we quite victoriously defend our little hold in the wall there. Brutal stuff. I mean, really, it's all about the Hell Cannon, you know. Tamurkhan gets 5k value. The Dragon gets 3. The Psygor summons probably got a lot. I mean, we threw out like 4 of them. But it just goes to show how little you need anything. If you've got a very, 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 very strong character, you can just ride that to victory forever. We have our blunderbusses. We didn't need them. It's okay. That would be a tough battle if you did it before you were established. Hooray! So do we want a Dreadquake? Do we want a Dreadquake and ditch the Hell Cannon? I mean, do we want... This isn't even a special Hell Cannon. This is like our allied Hell Cannon. Kargan. We need his Hell Cannon, and then... Alright, so where do we go now? We go over here to pop the Ogres, yes. And then we will raid Cathay. Seems good. Alright, so we gotta purchase 15 more chieftain units. But Mornhal, we'll get him right here, and then... we can just create 2 more plagues and get to Kashyyyk, so... You know, I don't know how Kugath is going to react to the Chaos Dwarves, but, you know, if he turns his back on me, then we'll punch him in the face. They might have no opinions since they're Chaos, and the Chaos Dwarves don't mind other Chaos factions. They're a lot more mobile unless the Dreadquakes pull by train. Yeah, for sure. Because Dreadquakes are quite immovable if they don't have the Iron Demon with them. Which, man, you haven't lived till you've seen, like, a competitive multiplayer match with an Iron Demon pulling one in, like, a domination mode game. Just, like, Chaos Sorcerer Prophet, 2 Iron Demons pulling Dreadquakes, and, like, a Hobgoblin on the field at the start. Alright, so if we do this, we'll pump up the 3-horn and Khazak the Befouled. And that's good. And now Khazak, we get access to his battle. Let's do this first. And then when we're running back over here to fight Cathay, we can... deal with the rest of that. Because we can start raising now to get the one guy up, but I think... I think this is a better move, though. Because we get to Cathay, then we can start doing the raising, double dip sort of thing. Say the Dreadquake on its own probably isn't worth it. Yeah, I mean, we already have plenty good, you know, stuff going on there. And just a couple more researches and we'll be here at his devotion. So really it's just... yeah, we're going to get to Kargan last, but we can just pop over to Cathay and we'll be able to get him unlocked before too long. So good old massive movement speed. Allied recruitment? Oh yeah, we should see if they have anything new that's fun. They very well might. Thorg wants to fight. Well, you know. I mean, it's like, it's not like a nothing army, it's just like, we fought a lot of ogres recently, you know, so I mean, what are you gonna do? It's fine. Same old, same old. Oh, I mean, I guess we got access to Kadai Fireborn now, which... And Chaos Dwarf Warriors, which are, you know, fine, but not really what we're going for here. No, it's good stuff. It's just, you know, we've already got the blunderbusses and the hell cannon, so it's like getting another hell cannon. Not so compelling. There's an ogre camp left alive there. Hopefully our guys will deal with it. I think Kugath will probably sort it. Oh, Destroyer. Oh, yeah, dude, that would be good, wouldn't it? It would run in with its big old iron fists on the ground and be like, raw. It is only like turn 50, right? Or thereabouts. 65. I was way off. I'm like, no, we don't need to sell it because we'll be... We'll be able to pop the rebellion next turn, and then maybe sell it. Castaboli Unbreakable. He is trying his best to go deal with these ogres. We only got the one enemy right now. And of course, we're going to really upset all of our friends by saying, hey, do you want to invade Cathay? Good. Oh yeah. The Helm of Dreska has conferred upon us its boon. The trait gives us 10% ward save, 20% hit points, and 10 research rate. And now he doesn't have to wear it anymore. We're not going to put it on anybody else. There's a campaign movement cap. I did know that. I don't remember what character I reached on, but I did know that. Alright, do we want... Oh yeah, fire resist. That's not bad. Yeah. You know, Helm of Draska doesn't always give, you know, 2% doesn't always click for you, you know, but sometimes it does, and that's nice. Mentor for that, we'll just get charge. Can do him auto. His stuff's all normal now. This Quicksilver Colossal feels good. On the way from Nagao to the other side of that massive mountain range that it's supposed to be almost impossible. Ah, yes, yes. There's have you ever played with Mixu's Unlocker? Where, like, it unlocks a huge part of the map, or, like, the extended map where you can play, like, all the minor factions and stuff. I once did a campaign with whatever Chaos Lord hangs out over here, you know, in this unknown terrain over here to the side of Haichai. Because, like, this comes onto the map, and, like, it gives you a little place there, and I played that lord for, like, a long campaign. Oh, and gets around the gate bastions. Nice. Over. over here, you know, so like you just like zooped over. Opponent, I think it's more whatever, like cause maybe it's supposed to be an opponent. I thought it was supposed to be like the equivalent of like the Korea as opposed to the equivalent of the Japan. Because it was just like a little small map thing, you know. It wasn't like a full faction. It was just a normal Chaos Lord just thrown over there. But it's cool because, like, you have this mountain range was, you know, like the end of the Empire is over here. But then it filled in all of this map with, like, minor Khorne factions and Lizardmen and stuff. And, yeah. You know, like, as if the map wasn't big enough, you know, it just unlocked a whole bunch of factions and gave you the access to that. Alright, so time for a battle. We might as well do Kazakhs, right? Fat Sod. The Great Unclean One. So he is trying to eat Nurgle's warbands. Well, this dude... More dissension effect. Should be fine. Alright, he's got guys, they're all on the ground. Yeah. End, yeah, end is, I think, the thing that's underneath Cathay, yeah. Because I think... Okay, yeah, Koryo is the name of Fantasy Korea, yeah, because you have, like, Koreshan End south of Korea, and then Nippon is to the right of what's south of Korea, of Koresh, and then, like, Warhammer Korea, which is just Koryo, I guess. You know, they didn't try really hard for that one. Chance to heal, but chance of instant death, yeah. You gotta love that for sure. Alright, so they are going to come back here to reinforce. These plague-ridden, I guess, are probably doing some sort of thing to buff them up. Well, you know what we're gonna do. You know. Oh, Vanguard got expired. Ha! We are gonna forget that our Vanguard plague is over and run across the map the old-fashioned way. And we're gonna come across here so that we have, like, the high ground going into it. We don't want to charge up here. That'll just be terrible. We won't get any shots on our stuff to speak of. Alright, so to make him vulnerable, I guess he's invulnerable now? I don't know. I'm not terribly worried about this Great Unclean One, so I've got no respect for the forces of Nurgle when it comes to being able to beat Tamurkhan. Because if he's not, like, literally invulnerable, he might be. Yeah, maybe he's literally invulnerable. That's all right. Guess we can overcast a rancid on this guy? Yeah. Just straight nuke him. Yeah, so very, very classic techniques, you know. You just fly around their army, get your big hitters in, and pretend that you didn't know you weren't supposed to do that. No respect for the Force of New York, except Tamurkhan and his boys, and the casters, yeah. Yeah, you know, like, the Rot Knights are pretty good. This guy's just ringing his bell everywhere. Absolutely not getting any work done. But there we go. Now these Plague Bearers are seeing that my Plague Bearer is actually pretty good at being a Plague Bearer, and they are chumps. Alright, there we go. And now he's vulnerable. Good news, everyone. Ravenous reinforcements coming from behind. Ah, they do. If they're gonna go all the way around that way, that's funny. I don't think our Fireglaves are gonna get there in time, but they're ginky, you know, they are ready to roll, they want to brawl. Rest in peace, Fat Sod. Oh, this whole reinforcing army was like an air force, and then they all crumble down because old Fat Sod. Named because he was a Fat Sod. Falls. You know, I'm sure you're probably supposed to do these battles before your army is perfected. You feel one of his cav more than you feel a Rot Knight. You know, I haven't played the Sword of Chaos. They changed them, right? In the last patch, they, because they used to have a splash attack, and then they switched it. I was reading in the patch notes. For the, stuff, that could be pretty good. There we go. And then we get up to, yeah, 191 campaign movement range. Pretty good. Pretty good indeed. Alright, and we took, you know, essentially no damage there. Essentially. Alright, we don't care about any of these. We don't care about any of these. Throw him on auto. He's already on auto. Alright, so that pushes this guy up to 14, so we just need a few more units here, yeah. All we gotta do is a little bit more research for him. That won't take too long. Yeah, we'll accidentally finish that up just by doing this. And then, yeah, we should... My one loss is that Sigor disintegrated. Yeah, pretty rough stuff, you know. It's a hard knock life. Oh man, time flies when you're having fun. It's already midnight. Oh, I can't wait to fight Cathay. They've got different armies than we've been facing so far. That ought to be fun. The Sword of Cain is claimed by Syrian. Like, Alariel, how are you giving your Sword of Cain away to this dude? This level 9 guy. Have some pride, Larry. Scrailsbane? Is that like a named character? It's gotta be. I've never heard of a thing called Scrailsbane. Oh, it's the name Jabberslith. Okay, that explains it. I'm like, what? It's the name of the battle. You know, I could have read that. And it looks like they've got some people here to help. Well, that's fine. This will probably be the last battle in the video. Yeah. So we'll have a big old group of guys. Who do we got? We got Grenadiers, we got Crowmen, Grand Cannons, War Drums, Sky Lantern, Lancers, we got 3 Crane Gunners. Yeah. I'm sure we'll be able to make it work. Say she figured keeping the sword that makes you crazy is not smart when you control the whole continent's climate. Well, you know. If I was her, I wouldn't have looked twice once I had the sword. I would have said, 250 armor piercing? Why shouldn't I keep it? After all, it's my precious. Alright, so what's going on here? They've got their grand cannons, their towed artillery, 450 range, so we outrange them, and they're not in like a good spot for fighting us, right? So if we just go like here, we'll be good. We can get our Cygor to drop in right here, and yeah, excellent. Tammy, of course, fears absolutely nothing. He's a champion. These guys fear slightly more. These guys only fear, you know, getting shot up by all of that ranged. Because, I mean, Crane Gunners can get some work done. They're also very squishy. You get on top of them, and they just melt. You know, they got 4k HP, no melee defense, no armor. They can't do anything if you get there. Yeah, it's like these guys... The right flank will be fine because we'll have them on the right. Seems good. It's like a USB. Well, no. And yes. Oh, it's yet in my pocket. I'm always doing that at work whenever I think I'm looking for something and then I find it, I'm like, oh, it's yet in my pocket. Let us go then, you and I. While the evening is laid out against the sky like a patient etherized upon a table. T.S. Eliot. The Cygor summon's gonna start putting in the work, because if they want to sit here and let me shoot at them on the thought that their army is better than mine, I mean, I don't want to let them. They're gonna be shooting into Chosen, you know? What if my Chosen get hurt? But I think these Cygors are gonna pump in. You know, they're hitting the Peasant Long Spearmen. There's other stuff that would be better for them to hit, but it doesn't matter. This Lord Magistrate. It's about to get all the way magistrated. We're gonna drop a summon right on top of these Grand Cannons. That's what you can do, you know, if you're a player. Don't hate the player or the game, just hate the fact that they give you army abilities that let you summon on top of your enemy's artillery. You know, you gotta love it, because then it's like, oh, did you want to have an artillery duel? Sure would be a shame if I wasn't very sporting about it. Sure would be a shame. And, like, what are they going to do now? They're going to try to connect with the side of the other one? Like, you know, this is good stuff. This is what Total War is all about right here. It's all about getting the strongest army you've ever imagined so that you don't have to actually try. I'm only joking. It's not really that simple. It is about getting a whole bunch of missile and physical resist on your Lord, though. You got to do that. No matter what you do, you got to get your resistance numbers up. All right, so now what we want to do is start stymieing their advance. Now, how best to do this? By charging in. You guessed it. And we're just slamming everyone here. The Sky Junk is like, what, like getting hurt from the Mortis engine effect? That's pretty funny. These Rotting Knights are really rotting. We're gonna charge up here, uphill here at these Crane Gunners, and then try to get away from all of this enemy missile fire. Really playing some havoc on us. We're gonna just charge right through these archers. That's what's hot on the streets. Do they have spears in here? They do have halberds. We're gonna go in this direction then. Away from the halberds, like a gentleman. Drop this summon right on top of them there. Yeah, like they're just gonna shoot Chosen and Nurgle without AP. Like I don't even care. We've got our front line, and if they ever get to it, you know, we'll see how they can deal with a cracked division. Plague Bears just getting the job done. Of course, they're getting their troops back together on the rally, and then we're getting a little shot up. These Rot Knights are very, very beat up, but they haven't lost but at like 2 models so far. And we're going to be able to roam through the backfield here. We're going to throw a huge flock of doom down there. We're going to charge in here. We're going to drop a Traderkin on them too as soon as that flock casts, which is now. You know, our ranged units, they're gonna shoot if they ever get up here. They're gonna, trust me. They're gonna do it. The Withering. I never take that, so I'm like, what even is that symbol? I guess these are the things in the Lore of Shadows I don't take. They must have changed those at some point. I don't remember those symbols even existing. Brutal stuff. Like, oh, they still have reinforcements coming in. I was like, how are they still in this? They had a lot of guys in this fight. And they run through here to try to flee, and then my guys get popping on them. Alright, so this dude is very beat up. We just need to feel him. We just hit him with a fleshy. Get him ready to fight. Everybody else in this whole freaking crew, except the Beastman's got regen. Everyone but him and the Beastman. The Grenadiers throwing into the Chosen with great weapons. Not a great fight for us, but look. These don't even have AP. The grenades don't even have AP. We're fine. These poor peasant horsemen. After all this time, they're just gonna get hit by these blunderbusses. If they even stand for a second. Will we even get the shots off? Line up, boys. Nope, we won't even get the shots off. What an army. Ah, what an army. Look, you know, we're in the late game campaign here. And man, does it feel busted. Something unbreakable on this field? Where is... The war drum. The war drum. You know, though, the war drums, they don't run. They wouldn't know how to. They know where to go. Stick a fleshy on this guy, and that should heal him up all the way. Yep, pretty good. Pretty good indeed. Just brutal stuff. 5 losses. 4 of them were the Cygors. No, 3 of them were the Cygors, and 2 of them were Rot Knights. Who wins now between Changeling Valkyrie and Tamurkhan? Oh man, I bet it's still Changeling Valkyrie, right? Because she had 90% reduction between ward save and physical. She's really hard to hit, and she did a freaking 1400 AP damage. She has the rampage ability on the Sword of Cain. I don't know. This army is pretty good though. This army is pretty good. If it was a smart player playing this army against my Changeling army, I think this army would definitely win. If it was me... Oh yeah, there's the Mortis, yeah. Yeah, that is pretty big. And, we just hit our raising, and we'll be ready to go. What was that? Oh, we had... succeeded this? 6 Kislev Cathay or Empire settlements, and the first one gives it to us? Hey, what are you going to do? We get 2,000 total infections for that, so good. Alright, so... we can go here and get all of our troops replenished if we need. We can also get all of our movement back. From whom? Oh, that's his thing. I guess after we raise it, we still had enough motion to be able to heal here, or go into ambush stance, so that's nice. Yeah, excellent. Yeah, most excellent indeed. Well, I know I said we were gonna finish up. I think we'll just do this fight, though. Hey, we're getting some Skimwolf reinforcements. That's good. Because after all, I mean, one more battle. I can't. I could stay up for several hours, but I can't. I gotta work. Look, you can't show up fatigued to a line cook job in the middle of the summer. That'll catch up with you by about 11:15 a.m. That Jabberslith is licking its toes. Gross. So we need to make sure he doesn't eat the wolves. Could but shouldn't, exactly. Like, no one can stop me. I'm an adult. Like, I could eat so much cake at any given time. Like, I don't want to brag about it, but I could eat, like, a lot of cake if I wanted to. And so on. But really... Alright, so Skrellsbane's here. He's got 30k HP. Well, finally, a worthy opponent. that guy's slower. That guy should probably be hanging back here, doing wizard stuff. No, we don't want him in one. Him in one. Flyers into the crew in 3. Cygor summons over here. No, Cygor summons in the back. No. Right here seems good. Alright, so we gotta get him before he gets all the skin wolves. Well, I bet we could do that. That don't seem too hard. If they're gonna all travel in this direction, that's gonna be pretty funny indeed. Like, peek out in front of these blunderbusses. I dare you. I double dare you. I want you to do it. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of damage. Alright, so the good news is these guys are bullying on Scrailsbane. These Ungor herds are essentially not even engaged. And Tammy is getting us in the front. So yeah, there we go. Scrailsbane will absolutely die to these fools. We'll throw a Plague Bearer summon on here. Overcasted Rancid on Scrailsbane. We're just jumping all the stops, you know. After all, if the point is to kill this guy, let's put him in the dirt. 30k HP ain't gonna do nothing to me. And I guess it also has the ability to maybe just come right back to life. And of course, these jokers, you know, they're having a time, but... Purple Sun on my Chosen? Oh, man, that's rough. And we get a very, very big charge on those minnows. These Chaos Spawn getting mauled. The blunderbuss is going to come in soon. I think, actually, we want to move them a little bit further down. Yeah. Drop a bomb there. And he is charging. He is trying to get some. This ability to come back to life takes 20 seconds. No, Rebirth is that one. This one is the Vortex. So we're going to see if he heals or if he dies. Looks like he heals. You know, it's not going to help him much. He's still locked in here with me. Yeah, and they are absolutely getting mauled. These skin wolves, I guess, so the spear support, like, comes in if you're in the middle of the fight already. Drop another rancid on them. You know, finally winning one where our chieftains do the most of the work, just like they're supposed to do. And these Chosen even took a lot of damage. I think it was mostly magical. It also could have been like friendly fire for all I know. Alright, why haven't we won yet? There we go. Brutal stuff. Very little value on most things, I bet. I bet if we check the value on the dragon character, though, he's got a ton. Ah, nope. I mean, who got the value? Nobody got the value. Tamurkhan got the value. Yep, there we go. And now we're much better at ambushing and defending it, and we get our short victory achieved, which is a ton of wins reserve per turn. And now there's 3 left to do. So we'll get this one by doing tech, we'll get this one by purchasing chieftain units, and we'll get this one by fighting in this theater. I guess the human factions are, yeah, Empire as well. And of course, since we're here by Gelt, we could go down and punch him as well. But we're going to continue prosecuting this battle. Can we reach him? Yeah, we can. Never should have come here. And, like, we're poked out here, but what are they going to do? They're going to bring these things. What do they got? Celestial Lions, Jade Lions, Great Cannons, Jet Lions, Celestial Dragon Guard, you know. A whole bunch of big, scary stuff. I don't think it's going to help him too much. It might. He's got Hellblaster volley guns. I mean, these are a couple real armies. But, I mean, we got Tamurkhan, so it's not a fair fight. Not only is it not a fair fight, it's not even that close to being a fair fight. They're not going to be able to do anything. And Kazakh gets up to, like, 9k HP with, all, like, just, man. Pretty nutty how strong these fools get. Of course, Trackbird 3-Horn, who I had felt like, you know, maybe I don't even need this caster. But, dude, the Cygor summons. The Cygor summons. Alright, that was supposed to be the last battle, but, you know, maybe we'll do one more right here. They might ride out and fight me. They have to believe they can beat me, right? Yeah. You know, they've got stuff that theoretically could work, but, you know, they... What? What's this map? I've never fought here before. What's this map? Are you guys giving me the chokiest of choke point battles? Okay. Well, they're gonna have a real bad time. I guess they do have flying units, so they would be able to... This is actually the coolest friggin' map, isn't it? It's beautiful. Alright, so they will potentially be able to fly over the edge at us, right? To the sides, because their flyers could go all the way up to the sides. Yeah, we'll just throw this here. Then the Doom Cannon will be able to ride in. Yeah, we'll keep most of our crew back. I mean, not Tammy. Yeah, this might be sketchy. This map, might be a very punishing one, or it might be fine. It might be fine. Flyers on one flank, these guys on the other. All right. So huge clump of guys in the front. What could go wrong? Literally what? Oh, they are deploying all the way to the back. Well, that's not going to really help them, is it? Because we're going to be able to pump these numbers up here. Yeah, they're not really going to have a choice but to move forward at some point here. And when they do, Tamurkhan will be ready. Because right now, like, what are they? They're gonna shoot him with crane gunners? I mean, yeah, they're gonna shoot him with crane gunners. We're just gonna move back and force them to come forward if they want. Because really, like the oh boy, yeah, the artillery was shooting at my Brayshame, and we're gonna move him back. Yeah, so they've got tons of monsters, flyers with big range, and of course they're going to be getting their reinforcements back any moment now. But, importantly, we've got our Cygors. They're doing some work. And, you know, we can be confident. We have a reserve of about 1 billion. We're just going to pop our... If we pop this, we get hurt, but then we get more reserves from it. Yeah, we'll just do that now. Stroke the forbidden rod, as they say, and get some more power reserves there. Because if they want to, like, make me go to them, I will use all of my ammo first. I'm not too proud to act smart. This is a big army, you know. You gotta use a choke point to your advantage. This Grand Cannon moving way too far forward. Who knows what they're trying to do? Not me. But we can see definitively the strength of our technique. Cygor's going down. Which of course means it's time to summon another Cygor. Alright, looks like they want to brawl now. They are coming in to get their fight. And they are charging into the Cygors. That'll at least, you know, break this up a little bit here. Alright, their Grand Cannon is right here. Do we want to? Yes, we do. We will just drop right here on top of that one. Alright, so the birds are coming in and we need to get our guys to defend against them, which is working just fine. The Onyx Crowmen trying to come in and get in on our ranged troops. These Fireglaves in the back, very nice. These blunderbusses here in the front, I mean, doing okay, right? They're shooting somebody, right? Right? We're going to drop the base right here. Right now. This Lamassu drops down. Not Lamassu, Celestial Lion. And then we're going to shoot right at it, right? Right? Come on. I'm going to shoot right at it, right? Alright, so now we've got... They just have the whole backfield shooting artillery at me. And we need to charge up the hill at them? Yeah. After all, we're about to collapse this this group of guys in the front. So yeah, Tammy will just run up, get it here into these crane gunners. And then we'll be able to pop in. Because again, you know, like, we don't want to be taking a bunch of cannon fire, but if it comes down to it, we can. We're going to get on the Sky Lantern. You know, we don't have too much of an Air Force, so we're going to need to use them where we can here. Friendly fire Hell Cannon, smart. I'm like, actually don't love that I did that, because we're just going to screw it up if we have it on too long. Alright, so Chaos Dwarf Blunderbusses moving forward. We're going to move 7. And they are absolutely feasting on the Skylander because they have no defense, right? Like, these things, if you get on them unsupported, they don't do anything but die. And, of course, with our Foe Seekers and stuff pop, they don't have any armor either. Like, you know, they've got the lowered leadership from being in the air. It's all curtains. We need to get on these Hellblasters, though. And by that, I mean we need to get these summons on the Hellblasters. And these fools, you know, they're trying their best, but we didn't even do the scary stuff that our army's capable of, right? The Celestial Lion is going to try to fly around. We about face. He's running. He's shattered. But now we're going to get some fire into him while he tries to flee a little bit of that Frostbite, you know. Which is just such a good ability. Like, Frostbite plus anti-large. Oh, man. And here we just want to get on the valuable stuff, make sure that they don't, you know, get a chance to get it back in to the fight. So much wins. Just so much wins. 1 power every 2 seconds. That's craziness. We don't need to push any heals out. Well, we got the army ability at least. We can... What? Yeah. Mop up the foe for real here. There you go. They they made a big mistake with that battle. That was fun. That was a fun little chuck point. I mean, either one of those would be very, very rough battles for like a normal build, because that one's like, you know, 3 flyers, 4 monsters, like artillery. Which faction would I say is the best at creating hero balls? Like, in general? I'd say probably Dwarf, just because you have access to those really extraordinarily good items. But all the, like, Warriors of Chaos, because Exalted Heroes are so very good, and, like, the magic lores that their heroes get access to are pretty good. But no, that's probably not right. I mean, Lizardmen get monstrous mounts for, like, the Skink Chiefs. You can get, like, Stegs. I think Lizardmen maybe, because they give you such variety between, like, you know, the big monstrous things and, like, the really solid, like, flyers if you want, like, your Skink Priest to be in the air, you know, that kind of thing. Wood Elves, if you could get the ball, have really crazy heroes. Dinosaurs are weak to missiles, yeah, that's true. Alright, so we side with Kargan, and then... Alright, so... He got mad for me siding with Kargan, so he shot us... Yeah, he shot up the camp. But hey, we get the Engineer's Knapsack for more restock. Yeah. No, it's already 12:47. Okay, I gotta. Anyway, we're gonna do this when we come back. Yeah, when we play again. Cause if I just one more turn it again, I'm gonna be talking till 2 in the morning. But anyway, we'll do this battle, and we will probably finish up the whole campaign when we do another one of these, or we'll just do it for an hour tomorrow morning, and then I'll go to work, whichever one comes first. But anyway, that's all I've got for you today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Really hope you've enjoyed. And yeah, I love this game so much. I'm so glad I finally started playing it for YouTube and not just, playing it by myself. But you have written the whole alphabet, Yellow Cheese Pizza Guy. Very good, very good. But good night, Luke. Good night, Yellow Cheese Pizza Guy. Good night to everyone. Guy271. Good night, Froggy, if you're around. But anyway, I continue to have the best time playing this game, even though I'm not very good. It's still a lot of fun. So anyway, perhaps I'll see you guys in another streamer video. Good night, good morning to you, my friends from around the world. And yeah, later.